Secrets in the Sand, the killing at Makena Beach. Can you crack the case? Here's your chance to find out. As the fiery orb of the sun kisses the horizon, casting a blanket of gold over Makena Beach, the scene erupts into a visual spectacle of nature's farewell ballet. Amidst this breathtaking display, Makena Wells emerges as a singular figure of allure and mystery, her silhouette adorned in a gown that mirrors the ocean's azure, fluttering against her skin like the soft caress of the sea breeze. Her eyes, wide and reflecting a tumultuous storm of emotions, are fixated on the distant waves, seeking solace in their relentless march. Suddenly, the serenity of this golden hour is violently disrupted. From the edge of the beach, where shadows meld with the encroaching darkness, a figure materializes. Cloaked in the ambiguity of twilight, their features obscured, neither distinctly male nor female, they move with a deliberate stealth that belies a menacing purpose. In their hand, an envelope, its contents as ominous as the sharp contrast of their dark outline against the fading light. With a palpable tension, the figure approaches Makena, who remains unaware of the impending intrusion until the last possible moment. As the envelope exchanges hands, Makena's fingers brush against those of the mysterious deliverer, sending a shiver of foreboding through her spine. The figure withdraws as swiftly as they appeared, melting back into the shadows that now seem alive with sinister whispers. Makena, clutching the enigmatic envelope to her chest, retreats from the water's edge, her steps uneven as a sense of dread builds with each passing moment. The beach around her transforms. What was once an idyllic setting now feels like a stage set for a tragedy. The air thickens, the sounds of the evening revelry from nearby parties fading into a distant echo. As she navigates her way to a secluded part of the beach, her sanctuary of solitude, Makena's pace quickens. She senses eyes on her, tracking her every move. The solitude she craves now feels like a trap. Her heart races as she reaches her destination, isolated and framed by the last streaks of sunlight piercing through the palm trees. The tranquility is abruptly shattered by a piercing scream that cuts through the merriment, a desperate, harrowing sound that marks a violent struggle. Guests, startled and alarmed, rush towards the source of the commotion. They arrive to find a chilling scene. Makena lies motionless, sprawled on the cool sand, the mysterious envelope still in her grasp, now stained with the sinister hues of twilight. The sunset's last light dims on a scene turned grim. What led Makena Wells to this tragic destiny? Welcome, detective. You've been called by the Covert Detective Agency to solve a mystery that has unfolded under the tropical sun of Maui. At the luxurious Makena Beach, renowned for its pristine sands and secluded charm, Makena Wells, a figure of wealth and beauty, was found without life, strangled to death. Was this tragic event a result of personal betrayal, avarice, or a dark secret long buried? The clues to this enigma are yours to uncover. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, involves navigating through layers of deception to identify the killer, uncover their motive, and piece together the 5 key clues that will illuminate the path to the truth. However, beware. Amidst these genuine leads, 2 red herrings have been cunningly placed to mislead you. Exercise caution, detective. Stay vigilant and question every alibi. As the morning sun casts its first rays over the lush landscapes of Maui, the serene calm of Makena Beach is briefly disturbed by the arrival of Detective Archer Jameson, flown in from the Honolulu office of the Covert Detective Agency, now walking with measured steps across the soft sands of Wailea Resort. His destination, the recent scene of a chilling mystery, the untimely death of Makena Wells. Archer is greeted by the local police officer. They exchange a few words before Archer heads toward the beach. The detective's gaze sweeps across the area, noting the position of the body as described by first responders, the nearby footprints that speak of a sudden departure, and a scattering of personal items that might as easily be overlooked by an untrained eye. He knows that understanding how Makena spent her final moments here will be key to unraveling why her evening ended in such a fatal manner. Archer kneels by the marked area where Marina's body was found, examining the ground closely, taking photos and making notes on a digital pad. The beach, now a quiet witness to the previous night's events, serves as a backdrop for a crucial exchange between Detective Archer Jameson and a seasoned Maui policeman. Officer Koa points toward the main building of the resort and tells Archer Jameson, "We've identified a few individuals who were close to Miss Wells, and they're all here at the resort. No one's leaving anytime soon, not until we clear things up." Archer nods his head in understanding. "I'd like to speak with each of them individually. Can we arrange for that? In their rooms would be best, somewhere they feel comfortable to talk." The Maui police officer responds, "Absolutely, Detective. I'll make sure they're available for you. We appreciate the help from the Covert Detective Agency on this." Archer thanks the officer, turns back to survey the scene another time, his eyes scanning meticulously. With the necessary permissions secured, Archer resumes his survey of the beach, each step deliberate, each observation noted with precision. Archer walks slowly along the high tide line, pausing now and then to examine or photograph something with his camera. He crouches down to look more closely at what appears to be a piece of jewelry partially buried in the sand. Archer uses a small tool to carefully extract it, bagging it as potential evidence. As Archer Jameson's eyes scan the familiar yet now foreboding stretch of Makena Beach, his attention is drawn to inspect a piece of torn fabric snagged on driftwood. The fabric, bearing a pattern recognizable as part of the resort's decor, seems oddly out of place. Archer logs the find, his mind racing with the implications. Moving back towards the murder scene, Archer finds shards of a once beautiful necklace scattered near the high tide line. He collects each piece with care, aware of their potential significance. Archer continues pacing around the murder site. What did Marina know? Archer asks himself. Suddenly, Archer spots a partially buried camera below a palm tree several feet away. He carefully excavates it, hopeful it might hold visual clues to the events or faces from the night before. With the sun climbing higher and the day warming, Archer's investigation moves from the openness of the sandy beach to the confines of the Wailea Resort. There, the suspects await, each possibly holding a fragment of the truth he seeks to piece together. With the fresh clues collected and thoughts organized, Detective Archer Jameson now turns his investigative gaze towards those who last surrounded Marina Wells. His approach is methodical, his manner disarmingly congenial as he prepares to peel back the layers of the crime. Archer knocks gently on the door of a lavishly decorated suite overlooking the ocean. The door opens to reveal a man in his late 40s with a stern countenance softened momentarily by surprise. Thomas Wells, the estranged husband, financially cut off by Marina just days before her demise. His stake in her fortune, a motive carved out of desperation and spousal betrayal. As Archer steps into the cool shade of the suite, his questions are pointed yet delivered with a calm that invites confession rather than confrontation. Archer begins. "Thomas, I understand this has been a tough time. Can you tell me about the last conversation you had with Marina?" Anything, even minor details, could be helpful. But Thomas shifts uncomfortably, his eyes avoiding Archer's steady gaze. "We argued, yes, about the divorce, the will. It got heated, but I never wanted this." Archer notes the hesitation, the flicker of guilt, or is it merely grief? He thanks Thomas, his demeanor leaving a door open for further revelations. Moving through the resort, Archer's next visit is to Alicia Conrad's suite, adorned with personal touches that speak of a long friendship with Marina. Alicia Conrad was supposedly Marina's best friend, newly named in a will that paints a target as much as it bestows a small fortune. Her proximity to Marina, both emotional and physical, places her at the heart of this puzzle. Archer enters the room offering a warm, reassuring smile. "Alicia, I can only imagine how hard this must be, losing a friend so suddenly. I'm trying to piece together Marina's last evening." Perhaps you could shed some light on her state of mind? Alicia, a woman in her early 40s with an air of composed sorrow, nods slowly, her voice trembling as she speaks. She is holding something that looks like a person's diary, open to a page that appears to be ripped. Alicia Conrad closes the diary. She was upset, worried about something she wouldn't talk about. I told her to let it go, whatever it was. Now I wish I'd pressed her more. Archer listens, his nod subtle but understanding, cataloging each word for the truth it might cloak or reveal. The final visit leads Archer to Henry Clarkson's suite, its ambiance reflecting a professional austerity. Henry Clarkson, the lawyer, doesn't seem surprised to see Archer. With Marina's recent legal entanglements, his role is as suspect as it is executor. Archer steps into the room, leaning forward slightly, voice low and engaging. Henry, your professional relationship with Marina must have given you insight into her concerns. Anything out of the ordinary in the days leading up to her death? Henry, middle-aged and meticulously groomed, clasps his hands before him, his demeanor cautious but open. Marina was a woman of clear intentions, Detective. Yes, she made some last-minute changes to her will. My advice, of course, but her decisions. As for enemies, well, wealth like hers comes with its shadows. As he exits the last suite, the pieces of Marina's last day begin to form a picture, one that promises more than just idle wealth and casual friendship. Detectives, by now you've walked the sands of the crime scene, peered into the lives of the suspects, and scrutinized each clue. But have you pieced it all together? Have you pinpointed the 5 key clues? Spotted the 2 red herrings designed to throw you off track? Uncovered the real motive behind Marina's untimely demise? And most crucially, have you discovered who is responsible for this heinous crime? Or perhaps you're still searching for that pivotal clue, the one that connects all the dots. We've composed a special song recounting that fateful night. Listen closely to its lyrics, for within them lies the insight that could lead you to solve the murder before we lift the veil on this tragic mystery.
Golden sunsets on Makena shore, Marina's whispers, secrets galore, silken shadows under twilight skies. A scream breaks the peace, a lady dies. Oh, listen to the tale of Makena Beach, where secrets lie deep, just out of reach. 5 clues to find under moonlit skies. Watch for the red herrings masked in light. Diary page, a tale untold, a watch in the sand, worth more than gold. Fabric caught on driftwood, oh what a scene. A shattered necklace could have been a queen. There's a camera buried, secrets to unveil, captured the truth that justice entails. Her last moments frozen under starlit glow. The lens never lies, it's the final show. Oh, listen to the tale of Makena Beach, where secrets lie deep, just out of reach. 5 clues to find under moonlit skies. Watch for the red herrings masked in light. Text from the shadows, burner phone light, an envelope grasped in the dead of night. Footprints to nowhere, a misleading trace. Each clue a puzzle, a deadly race. So who holds the secret?
Detectives, have you unraveled the mystery of Makena Beach? Do you know who ended Marina Wells's life? The song should have helped you identify the clues and distinguish them from the red herrings. If you're still piecing together the clues, take a moment now. Pause this video for 10 seconds to finalize your theories and decide who is the murderer. Ready? Prepare to match wits with Detective Archer Jameson. Let's see if your detective skills have led you to the same conclusion as his. Here's what we know. Clue number 1, the torn diary page discloses the fact that someone was writing something damaging that apparently led to the tragic events of that night. Clue number 2, the broken necklace describes the violent struggle that Marina was forced to endure. Clue number 3, the piece of fabric found on the driftwood matches a coat in one of the suspect's rooms. Clue number 4, the hidden camera placed near the scene by the murderer, who was going to retrieve it later on. Why such a foolish act? We can only guess. Perhaps just to satisfy their desire to relive the moment? Clue number 5, a small footprint that matches only one of the feet of the suspects. Yes, there were 2 red herrings. Let's review why they were misdirections. Red herring number 1 was the footprints that led to nowhere. The sand and water were responsible for their disappearance. Red herring number 2, a buried piece of jewelry, which was actually a watch that was reported missing a week ago. And who committed the crime? Alicia Conrad strangled Marina Wells because she knew secrets about Alicia's financial affairs that could have ruined her socially, financially, and possibly led to her going to prison for a very long time. If you're captivated by the twists and turns of investigations about mysteries, and you would like to view an extended confrontation between Detective Archer Jameson and Alicia Conrad, we invite you to join the Covert Detective Agency community at thecovertdetectiveagency.com. Members gain exclusive access to the climatic confrontations, along with early access to all new videos posted on YouTube. Plus, you will receive more than 20 special member benefits. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.